Shop Amazon for last minute gifts. Great deals for everyone on your list. Gifts for mom and gifts for dad. Even for your sister and your brother Chad. Ah shoot, we didn't realize we were supposed to get a gift for our dog walker guy. We almost forgot about our dentist Dr. Kerr. We didn't expect to get a gift from her. Or our cousin, I forget his name. He got us something nice, better reciprocate. For last minute deals on gifts for people you forgot. Get fast and free shipping at Amazon.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
The pandemic has been hard on all our kids. New studies show more than 1 in 3 children who started school in the pandemic now need intensive reading help. That's right. Millions of kids in kindergarten through 3rd grade in the United States cannot read at grade level. Here's the good news. Your child can be reading in just 30 days, guaranteed, with Hooked on Phonics. Even if your child has been struggling, Hooked on Phonics will teach your child to read in just 30 days, guaranteed. And right now, you can get started for just $1. Text the word GRADE to 323232 right now. Hooked on Phonics is highly effective and incredibly fun, and everything can be done right from home and in less than 20 minutes a day. For more than 30 years, Hooked on Phonics has been the proven learn-to-read program that kids love to use. Text GRADE to 323232 and teach your child to read in just 30 days, guaranteed. Text GRADE to 323232 right now and get started for just $1. Text GRADE to 323232 now. Text GRADE to 323232.
You know I want you, baby doll.
So what's good, y'all? On this episode of the Carefree Black Girl podcast, gave a huge shout out to Chloe and Halle on their debut album, The Fab and Emily Domestic Violence Dispute, Cardi B's new single, Relationship Goals, and Police Brutality.
Don't want to feel you, don't want you on my mind. Don't want to feel you, don't want you on my mind. Don't want to feel you, don't want you on my mind, on my mind.
You are now tuned into the Carefree Black Girl podcast, where we're discussing everything carefree, black, and girl. Hey guys, it's Ivy.
It's Daaj.
And it's your girl, Rez.
How are y'all ladies? Season 3. What's
Season
cool?
3.
Season 3.
We done came back.
Yes, better than ever.
Seriously, this low-key feel like Destiny's Child Survivor, because you know.
Now that you're out of my Boy, that song goes in.
And it really does. But we are now implementing segments, guys, that we hope you guys enjoy.
Definitely. We're doing something different, something new, but definitely familiar. So, you know, we're going to be talking about a few things. We have our Carefree Black Girl moment that we're always going to highlight. We have our girl segment.
Right.
And then we have our segment.
Like, we're free. So it's funny because we was just kind of playing around with these names. So if you guys have a cute name that you want to give us, tweet us. I'm going to definitely be on trolling, looking for a name for this. But we're going to just highlight like relationships, health, wellness.
How to be the best carefree black girl.
Truly how to awaken your carefree black girl.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then of course, because we always got to troll Trump. On a serious note, we're going to really get into it. Just like hard topics, hard news.
What's going on in the community, in the world.
And in the world.
In the carefree black girl world.
In the world. I wonder how that sounded, because people think I sound Southern.
You
or
do
that I have
sound,
a funny accent.
Daaj sounds so
Listening
Southern.
back.
Well, guess who got a Twitter account?
Oh,
so if you feel like she's Southern, you know, you go ahead and be like, yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
I am on Twitter, y'all. Daaj the Don.
I really could not with that name. Like
Daaj the Don.
Y'all really agreed with Daaj the Don?
I love Daaj the Don.
Daaj the Don.
Daaj the Don is dope. And then my hive is Daaj Dynasty.
No, that is so cute.
Daaj Dynasty, I love you guys.
People always ask me, like, where's Daaj from? And I'd be like, oh, she's from Atlanta. Nah, let me stop.
Girl, I was about to say, please don't try me like that.
She's from Rochester. And I met, when I was in Texas, I met this girl from Rochester, which is kind of cool. So I thought
bangs, right?
But wait, before we even get started, I want to say congratulations to our Rez for making it in the Wing Academy.
Congratulations. Insert hand claps.
Yes. On a serious note, I went, but I was late, so it was an epic fail for me.
Is that why? Is that what happened? Were you able to go through the whole
I did
thing?
I did the quiz first, but you know what? I feel them, like, cause I gotta get my life together with this lateness. Like, it's just so childish of me to be late everywhere.
That's first of all, time management is something that I have not gotten
That's a
together
girl moment.
yet.
Like, girl,
Ivy
missed the auditions because she was late.
Yo, I was gonna go, but I had to work. But I just swore both of y'all was gonna get it. I was like, oh, they got this. So the fact that you was late is the reason. It's such like a wake up call. I'm a true believer in lessons and what's meant to happen will happen. So it wasn't meant right now, which is fine. There's always next year. Maybe you just got stuff going on for Ivy and Co. That's too, maybe you just wasn't gonna have the time right now.
No, sis was playing in the morning because I just knew. The crazy thing is, like, my boyfriend was like, babe, I think you're gonna be late, and I was just like, because I had to do my makeup, so I'm like, all right, like, no, I'm not. Don't put that energy on my life. And
there you go.
He was right. So there's that.
Now we know for next time. That was me. Yesterday, I was like 3 hours freaking late to my intern. I had to stay 3 hours later. So I'm gonna have to work on time management. That's something we'll work on.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to shout out Ween because I know our listeners would really appreciate this opportunity. So definitely log into your interwebs, www.weenonline.com, and you'll learn about the Women Empowerment Entertainment Network. Great opportunity for young professional women who want to work in the entertainment industry. Their academy is no joke. Ivy, I slept for 2 hours that day. Yo, like, I slept for 2. I didn't know what to do because I was in that line 8 a.m. I laid down at 4 a.m. and opened my eyes at 6:30.
The crazy thing is, you text me at like 8, like, I'm here. I'm like, dang.
Because you age out. There's an age.
Okay.
There's an age out limit when it comes to Ween, and I'm 20. I'm 26, so. This was it for me. You feel me? I was like, this it. And one thing about just goals and time management, I know a lot of us, we be on Color People time. Right. But if you just set that goal and make sure that there is no reason why anything should get in the way, because when it does, then that was God.
Right.
You feel me? But if you put everything aside, like, okay, I'm going to schedule my Uber to come at my door at this time so that I don't have to deal with anything else, or I'm going to put money aside so I don't have to Uber pool. I can Uber X.
Right.
Whatever you need to do to, like, move things out the way, especially when you have your goals set. Because I was like, I'm doing Ween this summer.
Right.
I need it. And nobody's going to tell me otherwise. So.
Amen. You manifested that.
Hello.
But can I just ask, so you being in Ween, what does that mean to us?
What does that mean?
What does that mean for us?
You guys will be able to
for your crew
to come through. You guys will be able to live vicariously through me. I'll definitely want to do updates on the podcast about this experience because it's going to be a tense month in July. It's already intense, so it's already getting like absolutely real. But it's gonna be a tense month in July, and I hope you guys stay tuned and hear about this program, and then definitely apply next year.
Hello, you're gonna be like, cause she's who I'm gonna be blueprinting for next year.
I was gonna say you'll be our plug. You'll tell them all about Carefree Black Girl, of course, and then they'll be familiar. So when we come through, like, have you guys heard of Carefree Black Girl? They'll be like, oh, Rez, and you'll have done such great work with them that will kind of just be like on the what's the word, like when you would be next and they would be like if you were lining up to go on stage next, you would be on
deck
maybe.
Yes, on deck. It is
dead. I haven't said
that wasn't the word. I don't think I was looking. But is that the word?
Yeah, like when you next up,
you're up, you're on deck.
Yeah,
really. All right, well, either way, we're on deck. We're on the list.
I mean, but the reality is there's a whole bunch of like, this is our moment. I'm not saying this is, forget that. It's been our moment. We're reclaiming our time, women of color, right? Like, because there are girls out here who are dropping music. This week I've experienced such great music, and the one group I want to shout out is Chloe and Haiti, because this album,
Chloe and Halle,
the kids are
Halle.
So
it is Halle.
You know it's crazy. Somebody wrote me on Snapchat like, I know you heard the Chloe and Halle album because you're on music. So I'm like, no, I didn't. So I went and listened to it, bro.
Yo.
The last thing I think I listened to it in the best way possible. Like I was cleaning the house. I had it on like the full blast speakers, and just how it started, like the first song was
it's
Hello
an
Friends.
Intro song.
Yes,
like
I'm just like
that album. means
flows
so
seamlessly.
much
Very well.
to me right now. Like this album, okay, first of all, these little girls are
How old are
19.
they? Yeah.
Chloe,
18
the
and
older
19.
sister, is 19. Hallie just turned 18. They are just so polished and poised. Like, where did they come from? For one, they're signed to Beyonce.
Parkwood, right?
So
it makes
they had the
sense.
best mentor in the game. Before Beyonce was even in the picture, like, I don't know if anybody was fans of theirs when they were just doing YouTube covers, but I've been fans of theirs since then. Literally little girls with voices of angels. Like, they was placed here for what they're doing. So I'm so proud of them.
So,
the album is
The crazy
perfect.
thing is they had to grow on me because I did not care for the YouTube videos. I'm not gonna front. Like,
That's real.
Like, I used to watch their videos and it was cute. The little guitar there, it was
Their
cute.
voices
it was
are
cute.
perfect.
They had good voices. I just didn't like how they were remaking songs.
Okay.
So, and then when they were signed to Beyonce, like, you would think that because like, I'm president of the Bronx Beehive Club or whatever.
That's
that
real.
I'm glad you claimed the Bronx
Claim
because I was looking like you are not the president.
Listen, there's some girls. There are some girls who will run down on you if you say you're the president of Brooklyn chapter. Okay.
I'm the president.
I think it's only Beyonce who will be the
Beehive Brooklyn Club. Like, I'm glad you said the Bronx because if y'all could have seen, like, I was like anamorphing out over here towards Ivy. Like, you ain't the president. I'm the president.
of the Rochester Club.
Nah,
No, let's be real. The Rochester Club,
It's
okay?
alright. It's
But
alright.
so you would think that I was like huge fans of them. Then I heard the Grownish soundtrack, well, the intro, and I'm like, okay, this is a good song. I like them. That's what warmed me up. And then I finally like listened to this album, and I'm like, okay, they're dope. I like this music. I like how it makes me feel. It definitely, I can understand why they're signed to Beyonce because they, like just a basic, the production, like everything gave me that Beyonce Solange feel, but in their own way at the same time. It wasn't like watered down Beyonce. It wasn't watered down Solange. But I'm talking about as far as like the artistry, and you could tell like
the inspiration.
I have two things to say about that because I love how you pulled in Solange because Holly she's a soprano, sis.
Yes.
I'm like I think to a point where I've always been a fan of the covers. I remember they did a TLC cover, but then I fell in love with them when they covered Timmy Turner. Because they ripped it. They ripped Timmy Turner. Like, and
I don't think I've heard that one.
It's like
I love
they
when
made
they
it
cover
sound like
rap
opera.
songs. I love when they cover rap songs.
They made that shit sound like. Come
I
on,
gotta
Designer. We
hear
don't even
it.
know where Designer is, but that song, their
Designer's
version.
still dropping. He just dropped the song.
Oh,
Don't do
really?
that to
Okay.
Designer.
Where did I just hear
But
him?
anywho, they really like upgraded his song. So, but then like I think of that cover and I think of the music that's on this project, and I see how the arrangement just on a musical level is so different. And I know it is because you got to get an alto and a soprano to sing together,
Right?
Like, and it's not like a big difference, but Holly has range. Like she is sharp.
Yeah, she does.
She's
But
sharp.
Chloe
Can
does
I be
too.
honest?
Chloe
I don't know.
does
I don't know.
too.
I don't know. I don't know who's who.
Okay,
Hallie
I just
is
know
the
Hallie
younger
and Hallie,
one.
and I know-
So Hallie is the younger, skinnier one, and then Chloe
Like I know what
is
they look
the
like,
thick
but
one.
I don't know
Yeah.
who. Who's who.
So Hallie younger. She
Like
has the
Hallie is
high
on
voice.
the right of the album cover, the young one.
Okay, hold
and
on.
then
I have the album cover
Hallie
right
is
here.
on the left.
We're gonna
And
look. So this is Hallie and this is Chloe.
No. This is Chloe. I must have said it wrong.
Okay.
This is Chloe, the older sister, and it makes sense because she's like cuddling her little sister, her baby sister, and then
kids
Hallie
are
is on the right. And oh my gosh, I love that her name is Hallie because she remind me of Hallie, not Halle Berry in the sense of like Halle Berry, but maybe I love them so much that I'm interested in like their parents and who their parents are because they obviously like these girls were molded into who they are. You could tell that they're molded. So you could tell they have very strong, loving, supportive parents. You know what I mean? Who had them in lessons. This was written. The older one plays the piano and the younger one plays the guitar. Hallie plays the guitar. So I feel like when they had Chloe, they just probably saw Hallie. I don't know, like Halle Berry is, you know how they say she's the...
I actually listened to an interview of theirs, and they did talk about how their parents been big influences, and how I guess their parents probably already saw the light because That's you see what you see.
Black people.
Thank you. And
I read
you feel
today
me?
that
hello.
But
they were say it like a name say earring. I read today that they're when they were singing and they were younger, their dad was like, "Oh, okay, I can hear that my daughters have good voices. They want to do this." So even before turning 10, he sat them down and researched ways to like write songs and taught them from that age. Once he saw that that's what was their interest, that's what they were into, he kind of he
cultivated
them,
that.
Yeah,
and that's
definitely
what
they are today. And that's
in the
great.
interview that I listened to, they were like, we didn't go out and take lessons. Our parents taught us to teach ourselves how to do something. So when we wanted to learn how to play the piano and we wanted to learn how to play the guitar, they told us like we have to teach ourselves how to do this.
Yes.
So here's another example. Like he taught himself to teach his kids how to like structure music because the songs flow very, very well.
They have writers and producer. They have writers credit on every song, and Chloe produced on every song.
It's beautiful.
And they wrote every song.
Yes.
Like they
female
are
producers
just,
out here.
Them little girls are just, they're like my little sisters. They are.
They
of
give
course,
me
Beyonce and Solange are already. You know what's so funny? My ex from Rochester, this was a while ago, he sent me a picture of Hallie and was like, "Is that you?"
Wow.
Like, I'm like, Nick, like he know that wasn't me, but I probably just reminded him of her. Like, she's so cute and dainty. I just love them.
Speaking of our parents, Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yes.
It is their anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Anniversary.
Them your parents. That's my sister and my brother.
Oh yeah, those are
my niece.
No, well, you are giving me auntie vibes.
Well, that's my
today.
best friend. Everybody knows me.
I got to see Daaj with this auntie hat. It is blowing my mind.
Everybody knows.
Who knitted this for you?
Everybody knows.
And why would they put the button? I'm gonna tweet a picture of Daaj's hat.
Don't
at
Daaj's on.
Do not
when this episode goes live, y'all gonna know what hat I'm talking about.
I love this hat, and you know what? Let me see the picture. This is giving me Trader Joe vibes. It just needs to be that. You know what's so funny?
It's a beautiful net.
I bought this hat. I love it.
No.
I bought this hat for my mom years ago. My mom has a dreadlock, so it was like a good, you could fit a lot under here. You could stretch it out. So I bought this. We had people. And you know what? I think my style, like I get a lot of my style from my mom and the fact of like, just like neat and clean, like polished from my mom. But I probably get a lot of that auntie stuff from her too, like the hats, the big old scarves, the nice wool coat.
And it's just funny because she has two different styles. Like one day Daaj is selling sex with outfits when she dressed up. You feel me? And now she had the nerve to come in the studio with this bag lady hat.
Yes, that's why when people say describe your style, it's always like, I'm not a one-word person. Like, my one word would be complex.
Yeah,
that would be my one word. You know what I mean? Like, just moody. And I think that that's a part of being a Virgo, too, because, I feel like we the earth sign. We hold everything together. I feel like we're supposed to be a little bit of everything. Okay. And that's why I feel like I'm such great life counselor.
Quick question,
I'm a little
guys.
bit of everything.
Real quick question. Just real quick question.
All right.
So it's their anniversary night, and we got a Virgo and a Sag together. What do you think they're doing?
Oh.
We're recording on their anniversary night, you guys. I'm going to just let y'all know, which is April 4th.
What?
And they got 3 kids.
Me and my husband. What would we be doing?
And if you guys can see her fan this hand out, guys, you got a ring.
I'm really thinking.
We would, if it was my wedding night,
y'all, lighter.
I would probably be on.
It's not your wedding night.
I'm saying I'm the Virgo, so I have to.
I'm just saying there is a Virgo. That's true. That's true. Sorry, Ivy.
I would be on a yacht. Watching my man smoking a cigar, dancing to we the kids are alright. No, yeah,
That
we
would
would,
be
or
cute.
we would be listening to that, probably followed by some Billie Holiday, some jazz. You know, we would just be vibing. We would be
Am I
enjoying
the only
each
ghetto
other.
one here? Because
We would be enjoying
Put on
each
some
other
Migos, I'ma twerk for my man.
in Versace
Hey.
silk gowns. Like, I'm that type of person. Like, I like dressing up and having these fabulous moments to myself.
feel you. So I think what they're doing, they do definitely have a tour coming.
That's true. And Coachella is in
And
T
Coachella
minus
it's in like what, like 2
T
weeks?
minus T. Okay, she
Right.
is 5, 6, 7, 8 right now.
So
Let's be honest.
I feel like knowing Beyonce and knowing the workaholic she is, they're probably doing dinner. She probably has a nice glass of wine.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, so they're probably gonna do a dinner, and they're probably gonna go on vacation soon. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I don't know, what would you get a Beyonce and a Jay-Z, because it's like you got everything. So what do you get people that got everything, like for a
Shop Amazon for last minute gifts. Great deals for everyone on your list. Gifts for mom and gifts for dad. Even for your sister and your brother Chad. Ah shoot, we didn't realize we were supposed to get a gift for our dog walker guy. We almost forgot about our dentist Dr. Kerr. We didn't expect to get a gift from her. Or our cousin, I forget his name. He got us something nice, better reciprocate. For last minute deals on gifts for people you forgot. Get fast and free shipping at Amazon.
anniversary gift?
I
Jewelry.
think
Yeah, that's a fact.
Designers.
Oh, so they
Yeah.
say that on your 10th anniversary, that's when you you upgrade your ring.
she probably gave one of the kids something to give to him because it's a Wednesday and she's at rehearsal right now. I hate that we're diving into this, but
I know.
we might as well have a beehive moment. Let them have their day, Jesus.
wait.
You know.
What if they
Did y'all
went and got
see-
new tattoos
That
together?
would be super cute. But did y'all see the cards that Blue wrote for her grandmother and her mother? Oh my God. And I'm so excited for this Netflix special of David Letterman with the Jay-Z. And he's like really going into details about Blue. And he was saying how like Blue told Jay-Z that like he hurt her feelings when he like told her a little too rude to get in the car. And she was like, Dad, I didn't really like the way you told me to get in the car. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to like really
Yo.
watch that Netflix special. It comes out this Friday.
I can't wait to fall in love
Oh.
and have somebody make me
But-
want to have a kid. That's
All right,
so
we'll
nice.
get to that because I have something for
Okay.
like the relationship thing as far as falling in love. But I feel like, oh yeah, I'll just.
But
wait.
shout out to them. Shout out to
Shout
everybody
out.
going to Coachella because y'all lucky.
Y'all are, bro.
I
I'm
wish, but
saving
I
up for
love
my on the run
On
tour
the
tickets.
run, yes. You know what? I'm so excited for this because I love them so much. For one, they're so
it's
great.
one of the greatest
performances.
concerts
Like
I've
I
ever
love
been to.
Beyonce. Jay-Z is my favorite rapper, but truly at his shows, they really make you feel a type of way. Like you leave on a high. Like they really make you feel some type of way.
you do leave on high.
So
And this is where I disagree.
you okay?
So, because I went to a Jay-Z concert, and you know, I always go to the Beyonce concerts.
I think you
I
said
feel
this
like
before.
Jay-Z concerts are, and I'm not saying that I'm honestly not a diehard fan. I love Jay-Z, but ask me to rap one of his verses from his first album verbatim, I can't do it.
That's
You know what
not
I'm
me
saying?
neither, though. But I love
But
him as
I
a
was-
general man.
I appreciate his concerts because it was no gimmick involved. Like, it was literally him, his band on stage. He didn't need nothing else to really capture and do the crowd control. But I'm here more for Beyonce. I want to see the dance and I want to sing. Like, I sat down for a good 20, 30 minutes.
Did
at
you go
Jay-Z
to On the
concert.
Run?
Yes, and it was the greatest concert I've ever been to in life.
They're a great combo. They
They're
know
a
they're a
great
great combo
combo.
because
Yes, they're a
Beyonce will
great
just like sit on the corner and you know they're a great combo. So
Yo, I remember I went to the last Kanye concert, matter of fact, and I was I went alone for one. I was high as fuck. Y'all, why I was at the Kanye, I was just there, like not even type how I should have been. That's why I was. That's why I don't smoke, y'all. I be too chill. Like I was literally just there. Like that was my only Kanye concert. I would have expected me to be. It was The Life of Pablo, this last one. Yeah, so I would have expected me to be way more
Excited?
hype.
I've never been to a Kanye concert and I want to go. I'm not going to front.
I expected more from me, but it's okay. But no, Jay-Z, his vibe, and then because I always see him in Brooklyn, it just be everything. It just be amazing to me.
You seen Jay-Z in person before?
No, I'm talking about in the concert.
That man is fine to me.
At concerts, I've been to a lot of them.
He's fine.
He's fine, but again,
he's fine in a rich way.
So.
The first one,
he's tall. He smells good. Like
I know he smells. He's Beyonce's husband.
Like I don't know. I seen him at the 4040 Club New Year's binging in 2013. One, that was the hardest year of my life. Two, that was the best year of my life also. I don't know if he gave me that presence because he was in like the silver suit, and I just saw, and I actually like his lips and his smile. I know people say that, but I like full smiles, and he has this very genuine smile because like everybody was rushing up to him, and he was like, "Yo, I ain't nobody." You feel me? Like he's just like, "I'm here." Like he was, you could see the shrug in his shoulder and just that coolness. Like for me to get to be in the room with that,
his body language is probably
like,
everything, like so strong red. He's amazing.
But
he's everything.
As we're on the topic of strong people,
okay,
we want to give a happy birthday to Maya Angelou.
Yes.
Okay,
because I'm not gonna front. I want to. I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I feel like every girl that I know did it. Like tatted the Phenomenal Woman poem on them. But I love that poem.
I don't know nobody with that tattoo.
You don't? Seriously?
I don't.
The whole poem, sis?
No, like
You're
one
from
of
the
the
Bronx.
verse. First off, I'm from Harlem. I just happen to live in the Bronx.
Poem?
Not the whole poem, like parts of the poem. Like I know a lot of people with parts of that poem tatted on them.
Okay.
Like it's either on the side of them, it's either like on the back. I know at least 5 girls that have like parts of the Phenomenal.
Do you know the poem?
I mean, I don't know about heart verbatim.
Is it
Don't
poem?
put me on blast.
Is it poem or poem?
I would love to do a stanza or two from one of my favorite Maya Angelou.
Yes,
poems.
okay.
So Google, I guess, dedicated the day to Maya Angelou.
That's
and
awesome.
They had an audio and visual play. And I think the greatest part is that they had different individuals recite the poem, like Oprah and Alicia
like
Keys.
Dust I Rise.
And Still I Rise is one of my favorite poems. I had to memorize it in middle school for that our Black History Month talent show, whatever. And that was probably my first introduction into poetry. And like shortly after, like I had like all the Black poem books from the library. Like they was like returned. Like I had all of them because I just had to like.
That's awesome.
I they make you teach. They make you learn poetry, but you don't see yourself in it until you see yourself in it. So my favorite 2 stanzas in this poem, "Still I Rise," that I love. Does my haughtiness offend you? Do you take it awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise.
First of all,
Hello.
Look at her over there sitting with
With
that
the light.
Oh my God.
in that shadow. Like, yes. I just placed myself at the coffee shop.
You got the
Pretty
open mic.
Woman?
You know
Yeah.
Dodge got poems though. Dodge
I'm at the
next
open
up.
mic.
Right.
Yes.
Now, I love, but my favorite poem by her is, of course, Phenomenal Woman.
For sure.
Like, I love Still I Rise, but
Yeah, phenomenal woman. Phenomenal.
when she said, I mean, I didn't really agree with the I'm not cute because I'm kind of cute, but she was like, I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. Like, yes, girl. Like, I just was here for that. My mom, like, and what's that book that she wrote? I Know Why.
A caged bird sings.
I'm kind of still upset that I didn't read that book. Like, if my mom was listening, she's probably super disappointed because she gave that to me in the 7th grade to read. And I was just like, I'm going to read it. Still haven't, but I think I'm definitely going to
read it. That would be
Yeah.
a good, but you know why I'm mad at myself? Because I was supposed to read a book every month. And I didn't. Only January. So I guess it's April. No, but only January. But I could I'm sure I could catch up.
Of course.
Because there's one that I definitely want to get. I can't think of the name right now, but it's from like a holistic shop. Ariel told me about it the day of the vision board party. And then I guess I could add this to my list because no matter what, like even books and movies too, just think of
I love movies.
the thousands and thousands and thousands of books written. You know what I mean? And then to like compare it to how many to compare how many books you've read to the number of books actually written, right? And then to compare your brain to a person's brain who's read 10 times or 20 times more books than you. You know what I mean? It's so much knowledge out there, and like books, some people might think they're boring, but there's so many different genres, and you'll find something that interests you.
I think like the love for reading was instilled in me like from young, like just because whenever I was on punishment, which was a lot, I had to read a book, and I had to have like, it wasn't just read a book, it was like, now you got to give me a book report. And you know, like school, when they gave you over the summer the book reports, but kids never really did them. I was always that one kid that came because my mother was just like, you know, like, you're gonna understand, like, you like, if you what she said, if you want to hide knowledge from a black person, like, put it in a book. So I just started finding my love, and I just like, I now even like with people I work with, like clients, like even artists that I work with, I give them tasks. It's like, bro, you need to read books so your lexicon can expand. Like you can, because your vernacular is very important in music. That's why people sound so basic, because it's just like they don't really know
exactly.
So you read a book and you just be so like, you could find out so much. It's like watching a YouTube video. It's just reading a book, and I love handhelds. I'm not really a fan of like
online
the Kindles.
I'm
not a fan of that, but I can't Girl, so let's get into this Cardi B song, because I personally like it. I'm here for it.
Girl.
Be
Cardi.
with me. Boy, I really like this song.
Everybody was like, that sound like Mario. That sound like not Super Smash Brothers. It sound like Mario Go-Kart music.
Yes. I mean, I saw the like, all right, as far as like samples, I hear it, but I also hear the 70s kind of like Miami Vice kind of vibes, like, as well. Like, it's just different. I like the song. I like what she's saying. Again. I just find
really? That's
I
know.
How you feel? I want to get married, like the Curry stuff, and I just love this song.
I feel like
it's just a fun song to me. Is it like a great song? Will it go down in history? Of course not. But again, because I like Cardi, that's why her songs are easier for me to digest, because I like her personality, and it's just like, I see her in the studio singing this. Right. Like I see her, like, I like
her as a person too.
Yeah, it's like a fun, it's kind of like, all right, with A Boogie, prime example, when I first heard his first tape, I thought it was so funny. Like, with DTB, I thought this boy was hilarious. So that's the same, but then we ended up loving him, and I feel like that's kind of like with Cardi B. It's like, you find it funny, and then they end up growing on you.
I'm not going to expect any less from her, though, than I expect from any other artist, just because she's Cardi B. Like, we can love her as a person, right, but I definitely will separate the artist from her, and not judge, but just not love everything just off the strength of she's Cardi B. Like how we were talking about Chloe and Halle, and we're just like, oh, just no matter what, off the rip, they're set. They were made for this. Listen to that production, and everything is so perfect, and it's you know, like, they'll always have that there, and they'll always have respect from
like the product
musicians,
is good,
right, because of what they have. So I'm gonna hold Cardi to that same thing. Even like, nobody is letting Nicki Minaj put out a bad song.
At this point, we have. I want to say, one, Cardi is still new to the industry. Right. Two, I feel sometimes like, I want to separate Cardi, the personality, from Cardi, the musician. But then I was introduced to her as a personality. I know she always been wanting to make music, and now she didn't make. So it's kind of low. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fuzzy. You understand? Like, just her introduction into fame is like we know we know the personality more than we know the music.
Right.
And that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing meaning like she got more time to build. So yeah, this is not going to be a hard hitting song. I feel like her execution was very New York. I feel like it could have been a Kim song almost. Like if Kim dropped that a couple years back, like it would have probably rocked. You understand? Like Lil Kim in the 15 years ago.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? No? Mm-mm. It had the way her execution was. I felt like it had a very I don't know. It sounded like New York. It sounded like a New York love song for me.
I thought the chorus was super cute.
It sounded like she took one take for real.
It sounded like it was one take, and she was like, "All right, this is it." But I wonder
and there was no
where.
life,
I
no
wonder
personality.
what is her thinking behind that though. Like, is it that it was too hard for her to make it sound polished, or do she think she just got
I would
it?
have liked it polished,
or maybe it don't have to be polished. But do she think she just got it like that?
I like the song because it sounds raw. Like I find the song like. To me, it's her personality that shines through this song. Like, if it was super polished, like, but and then another thing, I feel like another reason why people may not like it or is off-putting is because her song so far has been super aggressive. Like, Bodak Yellow is aggressive. Gangsta Bitch Volume 1, aggressive. Gangsta Bitch Volume 2, aggressive. This is the first song that's very, like, a different side of Cardi that we haven't seen. Besides, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, like, the mellow, the beat, we didn't expect it. So I feel like that's why a lot of people was like off her, and they're really going hard criticizing her, but she's very new to this.
She is.
But she's making history because what she's done is so likely. Like she wasn't expected to blow up like this so fast. You know what I'm saying? She's kind of just been thrown out there and catapulted, but it's just like I appreciate watching her growth. Like. I like Cardi, like, honestly, like, even the song she did today with Migos, she dripped. It was a very Migos song. It was a very...
I wonder, is Nicki about to come and surprise us?
Yeah, she is.
Album.
Wasn't she in a commercial recently?
Yeah.
I was really upset about that. Like, don't you dare take a hiatus and then come back and drop this little damn...
For the bag.
Was corny.
Where is the album? Where's the
cute.
single?
It was cute. Like, yeah, I'm just sprinkling this shit.
The bag.
I commented, like, girl, like, don't do this.
That was...
The bag. That's all I have to say. Don't do what? She secured her bag.
She did.
That's
okay?
cool.
And you don't know how many times you're going to see her in that car and all the other music videos that are about to drop. Like, come on now. Like,
she could come and be on Instagram. It's okay.
What
do we feel about... Okay, all right. Because Beyonce was definitely the first person to surprise niggas with an album. Mm-hmm. Now everybody does that now.
But it's the thing is, they're not even doing it the way Beyonce did it. Beyonce literally just drops it.
Do that.
It was like, it's out now. Like, I still don't listen to the Weeknd album. I'm just not really a big fan of him.
I want to listen.
His voice really irks me.
I
know it's ironic because I listen to Cardi B, but it's just like
I like how the Weeknd puts music together. I think.
Yeah, I've been hearing
it's
a
just
lot
so depressing to me.
Of good the reviews that I've been hearing, like, about what he's been talking about, like his lyricism. I just want to hear it, what he's talking about.
Okay,
let's Party Next Door, if you hear this, put out some music.
Drake already like kind of sucked all his juice ups. Pause. So I don't really think that we're getting more from him.
I can't.
I'm just saying.
But
we're going to leave that there. Because, girl, we got to get into this Fab and Emily situation.
Girl.
So, for those of our listeners who haven't heard, but I'm pretty sure you have, the domestic dispute between Emily and Fab, it was written in the affidavit that was released that he punched 2 of her teeth out for allegedly being in LA at the same time he was. That was one case. Without letting him know. And then there was a video that was leaked basically showing Fab kind of going back and forth, actually threatening. I'm going to say that because he threatened the father. And then him like kind of charging at Emily being frightened on camera. And it's like, for a lot of us, it's like, it's so hard because it's our beloved Fab. You get what I'm saying? But it's Brooklyn. Like, when are we going to remove that it's our beloved Fab and really talk about this serious issue that's happening in hip-hop? Because this is what happened with that ASAP guy. What was his name? Barry. I feel like you know, that was something big. It was a real video of him, like, really, what's the word? Assaulting the girl, I guess, harassing her, and it was hot for a moment, and then it dropped. We're still repping ASAP. So it's like, are we going to do the same thing with Fab? Are we going to crucify him? But then still...
Not only even that, like, also, like, what about the girl? Like, what does she have to go through? Because I feel like the internet, we be going far on the internet, and I think people need to chill and realize that people's lives are being affected. The kids who were traumatized from this moment, like,
because I think I heard them. I don't know if it was them crying in the video. The boys, it sounded like a little baby was crying in the video, so it's just like, dang.
But it, especially like around this situation specifically, because we kind of already, that relationships is already kind of like not in a good.
But the crazy thing is, Emily and Fab was supposedly goals for the past, the past 5 years.
Fashionably, I think, in the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures fashionably.
You know, that I think people were saying they were goals, but from going on Love and Hip Hop, like,
that's true.
From her season of Love and Hip Hop, them in my eyes, to me, besides like goals of the pictures or whatever, I don't think that people like held them up to like real goals, because like everybody knew. Yeah, because Fab, everybody, it was like a well-known fact that everybody kind of feels like, well, the majority feels that Fab don't show her the recognition that he should or whatever.
But then
this episode is brought to you by Undeniably Dairy. Dairy farmers are more than farmers. They're climate caretakers. They see water as a precious resource. Most farmers recycle water up to 4 times, from chilling the milk to irrigating their crops. And some even use technology to turn manure into renewable energy. To learn more about what dairy farmers are doing to make their farms more sustainable, visit usdairy.com.
I mean,
and then this
I don't
happened,
even really
which was
want
crazy.
to get into that aspect, because I just feel like people they feel too entitled to people's personal lives.
Of course.
Like, so it's like, it's kind of like, I understand they're a public couple, so why not show each other? But at the same time, it's just like, you know, I feel like Fab does his part in showing the family pictures. Like, why does he have to get intimate on a social media for us? But
you don't gotta get intimate, but could you post my picture, please?
I mean, at the end of the day, from a carefree black girl perspective, like, this whole situation is repetitive. Yes. We've seen this so many times, where at the end of the day, there's a broken woman here who has kids and has a relationship that she has to deal with, and someone just put their hands on her as if she was property.
And then it's all online, and there's a lot of people taking Fabs. So it's just like, we have to be very mindful of the women in this situation. I think that we be like, even, I'm not gonna front, I fall victim to that, where it's like, oh my God, Fab. Like, I'm not gonna front. Right. When I first heard, I did not think of it.
Everybody like, nah, he too chill for that, which is a dumb thing to say.
Not even that. I was just on some, oh my God, Fab, he's not gonna post. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really think for a second, oh shit, like, this woman just got,
this is serious,
abused.
Right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she went private. Her Instagram went private off of that. I wonder how
and not abused in front of her family. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't even know what her dad. You feel me? Because I know my dad would have gotten through. Yeah. That little knife would have gotten through him. Like, nah, man. Like, you know.
I wonder, how does she feel about women, and like just how people are taking sides. Little Mo made a statement. I had seen a video on Instagram, and she was just basically saying, like, you know, sticking behind Fab, how she always has, just saying like that's her brother and she not let him go out like that. But coming from a confused tone, I would say, for sure. I mean, I think everybody has questions.
I appreciate Monica's post when she was just basically saying, like, forget them being celebrities. This is a real issue happening, and we need to pray for the family. So I do want to start, like, even say that on this podcast. Just want to say, like, our thoughts are with Emily.
Yes.
Her family, the children, his family.
Because, this is something that affects all of us in a sense. You know what I'm saying? This isn't common, which is sad. But at the same time, no one's being proactive in fixing the situation.
In addition to that, let's be real. We know how to be proactive. If you see signs of relationships that there is a bit aggressive, we all got homegirls. You feel me? Create that open space.
Right.
Don't be like, oh, he making sure you come home tonight again. Create that open space, because you don't see what happens between, when people, behind closed doors. You don't know how it is to lay next to somebody every single day and have to deal with that.
Right.
You feel me? And then carry their seed, deal with that, and he on the road. You don't know. We don't know the situation. We in this world, we're so invasive, and we think we see everything, but we really don't.
Yeah. And I also try to be as what's the word when you're sympathetic or empathetic as possible, because I'm really quick to say, a guy better not be raising his hand at me unless he got a question. But it's real women that go through these situations, and it's we can't look at them as weak.
No.
And that kind of bothers me when girls, that's the first thing they say, why didn't you leave? And it's just not everyone's we don't know the situation. I feel like it's kind of offensive to ask that question.
What just popped in my head, I don't know why, but I was just thinking of the Shantae movie.
Yeah.
Because, which I love.
Gurl.
I love that
That's another
I'm just
one of those.
the scene of
when he was beating
her just popped in my head, because I was just thinking, how we saying this is such a common thing and it happens all the time, but just thinking of how long, far back in history, women have been dealing with getting their ass
forever
beat. Especially
in real life,
black homes.
ass
and
beat.
I'm trying to think of what movie. Maybe this was the Michelet story when her grandma or
Tina
mother
Turner
was literally telling her that means a man loves you, and when he put his hands on you or whatever. And what was that, the 90s?
I've had someone tell me in a real relationship you get smacked the shit out of a couple times, and I had to ask him what real relationship you're in. This was recently, and it was just yo, that happens in relationships. I'm that does not happen in relationships. That's not, and the fact that it's normalized is kind of scary.
And it
that
is
it's
normalized. I've heard that numerous times.
Or mind you, in the scene in the movie, right? He says on the phone, tell me, I hit you because I love you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Him trying to, again, it starts very small. It's little things that they do to manipulate little, until you realize that you're in a box and you're stuck.
And it's easy. Women are vulnerable. Not vulnerable. Okay, I'm just saying, not all women, but even for watching that, or just young girls going back on a statement of it being so normal, and girls thinking that normal. They love. If they love you, they're gonna beat you. So girls see this. Girls have been seeing this, or girls have their cousins or their friends who in relationships, and they might get slapped or whatever. You know what I mean? And I think it was just, even from young, not all girls, but so easy maybe for those women, to linger on them and be a part.
I don't think it's girls. I think it's love. I think it's this concept of love that we've created, and every example that you're showing me is all love. Go back to the movie. She saw her mom love a man so much. She saw her mom accept this man's dream out of love that she done dropped $20,000.
Yeah.
And he dipped on her, and then now what becomes her story? You buying your child back for 10 stacks.
Yes.
You feel me? And all out of love. That
was something I questioned. It was no, who was she on the phone with that didn't say, do you want to go to the cops? I didn't understand
about the money.
That's illegal.
Who approved the loan? Who's that? Even that scene,
that's
what
I'm
was that?
saying.
And that is a whole nother thing too about the movie just being quick, because it was just
that's
such
what I'm
a
saying.
quick, just in there.
I was into this story. That's why I was upset on how it ended to me. It really left me hanging.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, you bring up a good topic, a good point when it really is like this love thing.
Yes,
like,
and
and love is something everyone is dying to have. You get what I'm saying? Or dying to want, and you know, it's something we all sought after in a sense. So I just want to like, we could just kind of talk about like what is like a healthy love to us. And
I mean, yeah, it's free. Like this is like our free segment, our wellness,
right.
and like, because love drives us so much, especially like, you know,
everything
that we do, we have to always talk about that. And I think first and foremost, as just women of color, just being free should be our first love. Like, you shouldn't be in a relationship that you feel like you're bound down and restricted and held back. Right. You understand? That is not healthy. Who said like,
need to be comfortable.
You do. You need
100% comfortable, and that's why I feel like friendship is so important. That always.
No, I do feel like that. I mean, I tread lightly with the comfortable thing because I don't want a guy to ever get comfortable and not find new ways to love me, because that is so important. I think even with
I'm talking about comfortable in
with
being
each other?
Yourself.
Okay,
comfortable in being 100% yourself and not feeling any feelings of like nervousness or just holding yourself back. You know, when you're around a person or just in a relationship, you should feel free, right? Like how you feel in a room when I'm with y'all or with my friends or whatever. You know, that's how
true.
It should feel.
I mean, it's funny because like even now with me and my boyfriend, like we're very much comfortable with each other. But today, like I woke up to like flowers and balloons and my favorite candy, and I'm like, you know, like this is something that I'm appreciative of, that he finds new ways to make me smile. And then Steve Harvey said, don't give like a guy like a roadmap to your heart. So basically, like, don't tell a guy like I like flowers, because then that's what he'll do. He'll just give you flowers. But if you say like I like a guy that's thoughtful, it forces him to find ways to be thoughtful. So it's like I kind of like am practicing him with that, and I'm noticing like the difference. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you know, he knows I like flowers, but he knows I like candy. He's just doing different things for me that I'm like, yo, this is dope. Ordering me books. Like when I say, oh, I'm bored. Okay, let's do this. So that to me is kind of showing me a little bit like about like what a healthy love is, you know?
Hold up, y'all. I think I got the name for the segment.
What is it?
Get free.
Get free. Get free. Okay.
Get free. I think we should call it get free. Yeah.
So, in a sense of like in everything, right?
And get free in everything. And I'm happy that you're like comfortable and you feel like you're free with him, right?
That's fact.
And then,
what was you about to say?
And then showing love, like, is also getting free with someone. Like, hey, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to jump off and do something. Because who knows how long it took for him to get them balloons. Because let me tell you, balloons are not that easy to carry around New York City.
And they said, like, you're special.
Aww.
I mean, I don't know if it had anything to do with our argument last night, but still. But I was actually telling Wize before we started that my boyfriend wants to do a 21-day detox, and that includes, like, restraining from sex. And I just feel that's a little bit selfish because you're choosing to do the detox. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. I'm happy for you. Kudos. But I feel like, you know, detox, you can start with food. You can start with carbs. You can start with water. You know, detox your life from, like, drugs and whatever. Like, he doesn't smoke, but you get what I'm saying? It's other ways and other things that you can detox from. I don't think there was a conversation, you know, had where he was telling me this was happening so I could prepare myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, my body's now getting in the groove of having sex on the regular, and you're going to tell me.
But you have him do things, right, that he did.
But we're not talking about it.
You can't. Nah.
Let's get free, okay? But nah, so she has suggested that like I do it with him, and I'm down to do like the food stuff, you know. I'm so down to do that, like, because it's just like I've been telling him like, babe, I want to lose weight, we're gonna do this, cool, like, so that's giving us like we're gonna work out, we're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff, but I am so attracted to him, and it's like you know, we may not have sex every night, and that's a good thing. But most of the time, I need. So it's just like, what are you guys? You know, am I being selfish by like?
I think so, but I think you'll come to terms with it because, like I said, you got him to do things.
My damn vibrator better get ready.
Something must be going on with him, you know, for him to say that makes him want to do this, or maybe he just felt like that was the biggest sacrifice for him, and maybe he feel like he need to take a huge sacrifice right now, you know.
Right. I mean,
and that's my question. That's a really great point. I also said like, why does he feel like he needs to do this for himself? I don't think he communicated the best way. Right. And that's one real big thing about relationships is communications, especially when you are not properly informed or there is some sort of miscommunication. Right. And then it's like, okay, I would have known.
It was like he told me, like last night he sent me a text like, hey, like I'm thinking we should do this detox. But he didn't mention nothing about sex. So then today, like, before I'm on my way to the studio, I was trying to get me a little, like, quickie. And he's like, oh, no, babe. Like, remember the detox? I'm refraining from sex, like, for the 21 days. So
use the right words.
So I'm just like, when did we discuss that? I went back to the text. Like, that's not said here. But, I mean, he's just practicing discipline, like, because he wants to move into his own apartment. And it's just so many, you need to be disciplined to have your own place. So many things that come with that. So, I'm here. I'm supporting him. But I just told him when I have my pink pony, that's what I call my vibrator, keep that same energy because you'll be laying right there. I'm going to get mine. Keep that energy. Don't touch me.
You know what, Ivy? You're so from New York. New York girls be like, look.
Keep that. I told
I'm
him,
still
keep that
good.
But like, you know what? Like how he's doing that, how he said he practicing it for discipline. Like that's even a reason when people ask me why did I become vegetarian? Like that'd be one of my reasons for self-control. Like stuff like that is hard. Like to sustain from something that you know you've done your whole life or you do every day or most of the time, especially like eating meat, going just cold turkey, like that could be like, okay, I'm practicing self-control because like shoot, if I could stop eating meat, I need to have that same energy when it comes to the nut. Right, I mean,
I'm gonna do the detox with him.
And one thing you should add to your challenge is time management.
It's time. You know, time management is hard. Great. Like that's where we, like me and him, we kind of like lack with that because he's so on time. Well, like everything. Like I love that about him. If I tell him like, babe, can you come get me at 10 o'clock? He is there at 9:45. Like I'm outside, I'm ready. Like he hates that about me. Like you're always late. So he's telling me like, yeah, like this is something that we need to work on. And I like that he's come through like calling me out on my shit because I just hate a yes man, and I don't think that's beneficial for my growth. Like I don't want somebody to let me get comfortable either. You know what I'm saying? Like I want someone that's in my life that's like, listen, even if I put on a couple pounds, like you don't gotta be disrespectful, but babe, listen, maybe that's why he's doing a detox. He's like, girl, nah, but it's just.
Did he ever say that?
No, I gotta tell y'all this funny story. So the other night, he goes, babe, you know what? I think we should start working out or whatever. So I'm like, okay, you calling me fat? He's like, no, but you snore really loud, and that's usually for people that's obese. That's what he dead told me, and I couldn't stop laughing because it's just like, that is the cutest way to tell me, bitch, you need to lose weight. Like, with the, I don't want you to snore. It's so unhealthy. Like, that's a common sign with obesity, and I'm just like, the nerve. I'm like, okay.
Aww.
But
yeah,
I was just like, I just have really large adenoids, but okay, I guess I'm on the road. But it's just like, he's teaching me so much about love. Like I tell you, I know about my dad, like Rolling Stone. So what I've envisioned to be love is like someone that has multiple women but just takes care of all of them. Like that was really my vision, like, of men. Like my dad has all these different women, and his thing is, as long as her, like, the bills is paid, I can do whatever I want. And not saying that I accepted that, but I'm not gonna front, because it's normal to me. It was something that I didn't really stress, where now it's like, no, this is the love I want. Like I want someone that's faithful. I want this. I don't want a guy that's necessarily like my dad. So to see him really abiding by that, or just like to see him actually put an effort that other guys didn't, it's like, oh wow, like love isn't hard.
Do you think every guy cheats?
I don't think every guy cheats.
I don't think so either.
95% of the men maybe, but I think it's a good 5 to 10% out there.
I'm not gonna put a number to it because you understand cheating what lifetime, you know.
But this generation is hard. It's really hard, and I mean, but I just also want guys to understand, like, it's so like nasty sleeping with 1,001 women at one time. Like,
especially in the
don't
world
come
we live in.
throw off my pH balance, and that's what happens. That's usually when you know a guy's cheating on you. If you're sleeping with a guy, and this is like just, you know, advice. And this is how I found out my ex was cheating, and he thought I was crazy when I told him, like, I know you're cheating on me because every time I sleep with you, my pH balance gets thrown off. Like, if you're the only guy that I'm sleeping with, that means you're doing something and you're bringing that bacteria to me, and it's throwing my healthy bacteria off. You know what I'm saying? And that's when your body lets you know when there's foreign things. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do, and we're doing this on a regular, and then all of a sudden, you know, your discharge starts getting heavy, ladies, and it's a funny smell, and or you're getting like used to it. You look at your partner. Sometimes it has a lot to do with them. Like, not everything has to do with them because pH goes into like the way you eat. But I just know,
and how much water you drink.
But I know me, like, I drink a lot of water. So with him, I tell him, like, play with me. My body will let me know if you're sleeping with somebody else. And guys, you guys need to be like very, very mindful. Wrap it up. Don't just be giving your body to anybody, because soul ties are real. I had a guy that recently told me, I'm not going to say his name, was just like, he really said to me, like, you'll be proud of me. I used a condom this week. And it's like, don't ever repeat that to anyone else, that you don't be using condoms on these girls. Like, that's just like,
not cute.
And that's really normal for guys. That's a guy conversation.
Yeah, I know it is. And it's so sad.
It's just so like, but I don't know if I'm getting on topic, but yeah, like.
I mean, but talking about like getting free and just like being in a relationship, it's funny how he decided to like do this for himself.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta do stuff for yourself. Sometimes you gotta step out of your own your tribe.
You do.
And just do you. And it's hard, especially when you're like, because a relationship is like a full-time job, and you're constantly working and you putting in hours, and you. My point is, but there are times where you have to step away from your tribe and do you, and there are times where you have to just like let go, and it's really hard when you're working with someone all the time for you to be like, this is what I'm going to do for me, and this could be something that's platonic too, like when you with your group of your friends, for your girls, like, you know, you in school and you and your crew, your whole, you know, dorm room squad, like, but you need to do you. I used to do that all the time when it came to like studying in school. Like, listen people, hello, I will be in the library between these hours and these hours. Don't find me, okay? Like, don't find me, because I'm doing me. Like, what are like steps and like tips to take to like be strong in your footsteps to step away?
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one.
You gonna start? No, I was just gonna say, like, especially with that pressure, I always feel like I feel that pressure when I just want to fall off from everybody, just step away from stuff to get things together. You know, you have all these different areas of your life, or we just finished our first quarter, we going into the second quarter now, so just even like checking off that list and figuring out like, okay, I got this to do, but then you have all this pressure, all these people around you like pulling you, or different things, even work, friends, come out here, go, you know, just different, everything is going on, especially here in New York City. So sometimes it's hard for me. Do you have
I think communication is key. Like what Red said, just telling that, you know, your group or your person, like, I need this time. Because I know me, I do the disappearing act a lot.
Me too.
And it didn't really have a good effect on my friends. Because it's just like, bro, you disappeared on us for a week, and we're used to talking to you every day. And it's like now it's kind of normal to them, but I know it would still bother them at some point because it's just like, let me know when you're going. You know, these are your people, so they're going to be worried and concerned if you're going through something. Like, of course, they want to be there, but sometimes it's kind of hard to tell your friends because they, you know, or even your boyfriend or that significant other, because everybody always wants a family because people who just, when they love you, they want to be there. And people don't know how to step back and take it and not take it personal that it's not them.
Right. And shout out to the people on the other end that could handle that and could respect that you need that space and that you're going through whatever, because some people just don't get it or will like mock or laugh or just don't take it serious. You know what I mean?
And that's the people you don't need around.
Exactly.
I mean, another tip I would say, like, put it into your routine so people could be, like, familiar. Like, all right, this is, you know, you also stick to it because sometimes, like, I know we'll be like, oh, we need our own time, but we're like, prime example, like those people that's like, oh, I'm gonna get off of social media for this month because I need to like detox from Instagram and shit. But they on Twitter, but they on Snapchat. So it's like, do you really need time, or you just looking for attention? You get what I'm saying?
Or did something happen to you on Instagram?
You
gotta get alone real quick.
You know, take your own personal time serious. I feel like when you take it serious, well, like, this is what I need for me to be healthy mentally, people will respect it and people will take it serious.
Very
the
much
ones that
so.
love you, you know?
The ones that love you will understand, like, and they will understand that, you know, you just make it clear, like, I'm coming back.
The ones that love you, the ones that aren't selfish.
That's a fact. But don't go, like, throwing yourself into a hole. Like, you know, once it gets a little dark, it's okay to reach out to a friend and be like, all right, like.
Of course.
That's super
people
important.
Always have, I'm pretty sure everybody, you know, you have your person that even in those low moments or whatever, or when you just want to be alone and not dealing with everybody crap, like, you will still have a person that you still comfortable with talking to during that time, or even your mom. Shoot, you know.
Do you guys like enjoy company, but like without them talking? Because I know when I'm going through something, I don't mind like my boyfriend being there, but I just don't want to talk. Like, I just want your presence there. Like, how does that work? Is that
all right. Is he holding you? That's my question.
Well, two weeks ago, matter of fact, when we came back from Texas, I had went into like, I had a day. I had a really dark day. I stayed in bed all day, didn't turn on the TV, didn't turn on the light, wasn't even answering his calls. So he came to the house, like, and he must have knew it was serious because I didn't even go open the door like my stepmom did. But he didn't ask me what was wrong. He just laid in the bed with me. You know what I'm saying? After a couple hours, he was like, all right, sis, you need to get in the shower. You know, this is real depression, starter kit vibes. But I appreciated that he didn't talk to me and be like, what's wrong? Like, he just laid there. Like, sometimes I don't mind somebody just being there. I don't really want the dialogue at that moment.
Yeah, like I said,
let's watch a movie or something. Like, you can hold me, but then I get hot. So back up a little bit, you know? I'm not really big on the cuddling anyway, but sometimes I just don't want to talk. Like, I don't mind you being here. We can smoke, we can watch a movie or whatever, but I don't want to talk about what's going on. Like, I need to process it. I just don't want to be alone either. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like my little depression moments. Like, I don't want to be alone, but I just don't want to talk. Like, just be here, and then when I'm ready to open up and tell you what's going on, because I have to figure shit out first.
But do you only feel like that with your boyfriend or
only
with your
friend?
My boyfriend? Exactly. So it's different.
Okay, so because
my friends is just like, sis,
you exactly
like,
right. So it's like you're in a relationship. That's why.
Yeah, but
your friends, you don't want nobody coming over. You don't want nobody in your
damn. So with that being said, I think like definitely do your check-in moments. I feel like check in with yourself. Go back to your, New Year's. You know, we're in April, so if you fooled yourself in the beginning of the year, rewrite your resolutions and figure out what goals you need to get to. If you feel like you're getting to a low moment, or you feel like you're not reaching your goals like you need to, because it is 2018 and all things are possible.
No, all things are definitely possible. First off, Mercury retrograde. Can you just touch base on like what was happening? Because
it's really like when it's something about the planets moving backwards. I should know, right? Because I'm always reading like astrology all the time. But
big decisions.
Yeah,
like,
I've been told not to make
things
big
will
decisions.
be off. Just things will be
electronics
like,
are going to be
sense.
off.
Like if the planets are moving backwards, or if something is off with the universe, like things are just off.
Because everything was off.
But like, supposedly we're in Mercury retrograde until April 15th.
Yo, I just feel like ever since I learned about what Mercury retrograde was, it's always Mercury retrograde.
It happens all the time.
Nothing. So it's no Venus retrograde. It's only Mercury.
No, the other planets do go into retrograde actually.
But is Mercury like the worst one? Because
something about is that something? Please don't quote me. Something about that planet.
We should get an astrologist up here.
We should.
I think that would be really dope.
That would be cool.
Because there's so many questions I have. Like, because it's always, I feel like it's retrograde.
Mercury, right.
Mercury retrograde every other month.
Like, yo, that's what I'm saying.
But we should.
I learned about it.
I really want to get into this, right? Because this is going to be, listen, follow me, y'all. We really should. Because as women, the way that the planets works and the moon works, we're in sync.
We are.
And I think that's one thing that makes being a girl, like, I think this is something really like real, but it took me a very long time to understand and embrace that I have to menstruate every single month. Mm-hmm. If, and I remember being in middle school and like that day changed my life.
Yeah,
and
that was in 7th grade.
And the worst thing now is that like now as a professional, I'm mad that I don't have free toiletries at my office place. But I'm very happy that the city of New York public school system is now officially trying to input this in their budget to have these hygienic products for young girls in middle school and high school. Like that is something serious.
I'm not going to front though. That was a lot of my reasons to stay home from school. So good luck, ladies, young girls, because we can no longer use that.
There was the article. It made a point also about people not being able to afford it too. That's what they were making a point to. That's about putting it in the budget, which they don't know, exactly how they're going to roll it out yet. Because I wonder, like, what they're going to have the machine like.
I hope they don't have those machines. I hope they just have, a supply closet, products available.
Office, you just have to go.
Maybe. Oh, no. So the proposal states that it will basically in the school districts, it will be in the restrooms for girls in grades 6 through 12.
Okay.
So they will be able to just like, how we used to have those machines? Huh?
Oh, okay.
Well, I hope they approve that proposal. I'm so happy that the city of New York is actually considering this. I know there's been a lot of pushbacks around the world about this. Now, there are countries that are imposing tax on these hygienic products, and that makes no God-given sense. Because let me tell you, this is not an expense right here. Like, you can't just specialize this in my body right here. Because if I could turn this shit off, if I could find it, I would, but I cannot because this is how I am, and this is what makes me unique. This is necessary for you and me to be here.
Exactly. I was going to say it's supposed to happen. So, yeah.
The thing about it is, like, I remember, like, I used to take birth control. One, I was reading that birth control is not for black women. It's not for our bodies. But, because, I heard that they created birth control to basically sterilize black women. So we wouldn't have kids. So that's why I was noticing like there's a lot of side effects that my body just does not like either like when I was on birth control I was either bleeding like super heavier than normal. My cramps was ridiculous. But now I haven't been on birth control, and even just by drinking water and just eating different things I see like the flow. I don't mind having a period. I just need my period to come when it's supposed to come. That's my thing. Like
I've heard about people having blood clots from taking birth control. That was because I've never taken it. Like I've always just been against it, but I've always heard like of stories of that because I've heard the opposite where it stops the period.
I've heard, and there's also
when I was Keep going.
It's different for everybody. There's some people who take it for many different things, you know. So there is good and bad. It's really based on how it works for your body. I think you and your doctor need to take y'all time, because there's many different ways to, you know, manage your reproductive justice. Okay, like you don't have to. There are ways around. And I love the fact that, you know, women are embracing that. I just recently saw a commercial for Trojan condoms. It was only girls in there, and they're just like, you know, be confident and do you know, and don't second guess if this is what you want to do. So you want some dick, put a condom on it, okay? Basically, I should have wrote
commercial,
okay? But you know, I think like it's what was my point here? I forgot shit.
The point was,
oh wait, I was getting
birth control. Yes. So let's bring that back. So yeah, but at the point, like there is some good and bad to birth control. I think we need to take control. But I have seen good, and I've seen times where it clears your skin, and I've seen times where it makes you retain weight and psychologically crazy.
Yeah, like I know someone that like was getting like kind of like anxiety, like it was causing like anxiety like thing, like I guess phases. I know for me, like at 17, I took the Depo shot, and it was 17. I took the Depo shot, and I didn't have my period for 6 to 8 months. And then when it came back full force.
Crazy, right?
And I went from a B cup to a D cup. Like my chest has never been small ever again since the Depo. And I would never do that ever again. Like the only thing that I liked from birth control was the ring. I was always forgetful with the pill. So the pill never worked for me. I wasn't really a fan of the patch. The ring was something super easy. Put it up for 3 weeks. You take it out. But I just didn't like it. Like I started breaking out. So I'm just good on that. Like I don't mind. I feel like me having my period is very cleansing, because it's like, you know,
exactly
like the detox. I don't mind. It's just I wish that, you know, now schools is giving, you know, pads and stuff away. Maybe jobs can give us a week off from this. Like, I think that's the next thing for women. Like I think
we need it in our bathrooms too. I need it to be cheaper. Like we need a tax. I need to write this shit off on my taxes.
It's so expensive.
Why I have to give birth? Like I'm bleeding every single month. I could write that off. Like come on. Like nah. Like we really need to work on this. I appreciate these little wins and these little. I appreciate these little wins and these little considerations closer to equality, and really trying to understand how we're like, we are different, but we are the same.
Right.
So don't make me, because an expense of a woman, I need to write off my bras. Listen, Victoria's Secret need to give me an income tax check. Okay.
Women have so much like that we have to maintain and keep up with. It's crazy. From the nails to the it's just a list. You could go on and on and on.
But that's what makes us, you know, girls.
That's a fact.
The bras ain't cheap.
They not. The girls need support.
I get the one. I wish I had little boobs so I could get those 2 for $20 when they got the good little cute little sales going on. No, right. I gotta get that one good bra. Just in different colors and designs. That one good style.
Yeah, I'm over padded bras too.
The only
I
one
used
to
like them, but now it's like,
these,
damn, my chest is way too big for that.
Yo, I want to get a reduction so bad, y'all.
Your back hurts sometimes.
It's hard being a woman.
Titties is
but we doing it.
We
blown
you
out
know
of
what?
proportion.
And we doing it like I was trying to add the adverb, but I couldn't think of it. But we're just exceeding in
Strawberries make everything sexy, yes. Shadows dancing on the wall.
Lately, I've been heavy into politics, and I don't know. I was reading. Speaking of the schools, you know Betsy DeVos, like
that's on a serious note.
On a serious note.
Okay.
So she wanted to basically cut the budget for like after school programs, and she wanted to like promote like school choice programs, vouchers, and magnets, but she wanted to like, you basically cut public school funds, things like that, and that was rejected. Actually, the like education expense or bill had actually been expanded. So instead of her like getting it to, the spending bill included a $3.9 billion increase in the Department of Education's funding. So I feel like that's where now like they can do better things such as provide tampons.
Yeah,
in
but
schools.
thank God that was denied, because why?
Yeah, because
like,
she tried to freeze the
that's
Pell Grants
crazy.
for low income
Things are
students.
so
like
different. I don't even know if I said this last time because I don't remember, but even just about Toys R Us closing, like things is so different for this generation of kids growing up. I feel like even from when we grew up, like after school programs, it was just a lot for us to do, even though, you know, we had our stuff growing up and troubles with kids and all. Everybody got their shit with them, but
yeah, after school programs.
Even like when you hear of schools taking out music, like is that a thing where there's no more music class?
There are a lot of school systems that are removing music.
On the up, they're
arts.
now like increasing funding for things for mental health in schools. So like they're like providing funding for school-based mental health programs. They increase like the grants for college. So I feel like, you know,
it's just a shift.
Before we like I've really been taking the time to just like get out of Trump, like this whole Trump thing, and really like pay attention and read what's going on in the government. And it's just like, okay, like that's an up that I feel like no one's really talking about, that, you know, the education department got a big increase, so we can have these moments for girls, because that would have been huge growing up, like having not tampons, but like period, even, you know, tampons and pads in school, because that $12 is a lot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I don't do them little baby pads. I do the purple always pack overnights, the overprotection, because I just feel like I'm too old to be having, you know, the mistakes. So those are a little bit pricey. Those big ones, like. I'm just saying. So I'm always, if you hear this,
ever had a public moment?
I don't know what woman has like, and that's the thing. And it never. I feel like it never stops.
Nobody never seen no blood on my pants.
Oh well, not as an adult. No,
never.
But in school, it definitely happened
or something. Yeah, like you had a.
I had a couple. I had to switch over to the big, because I really thought I was cute trying to play myself with them little orange ones and real yellow pads, because I just was like, I'm not putting on this diaper, but
a whole diaper.
But then, because that's what those purple ones feel like, you know, they got the wings in the back. But now I never had a moment ever again because of those pads. So I'm very thankful for the thick pads that look like, you know,
I know people are probably like, these girls, but I'm just saying it happens. I work, you know, in like corporate America. I'm an executive assistant pretty much, and I've had to I've been in a meeting where whoever I'm assisting told me like, can you go and get me a tampon?
Oh yeah, you know how many times we got
in the
here,
middle,
and I'm like, y'all got a tampon, somebody else. The crazy thing is, I know when my period's coming, so it irks me when I miss that moment, because I feel it, like, yo, it feels like my period, but I always feel it when I'm on a train somewhere, so now I'm scared to sit down, and it's like now, like, I just gotta stand. That's why
you be nervous getting up, like,
because I don't ever want to look in, you know, ever look on the seat and be like, so now you just gonna ride to the last stop, because I have to get off. All these people see that, like.
No, I thank God.
I'm still super conscious. I always like ask, like, is something on my pants?
Of course.
Something, you know. But now with them, again, I'm a big advocate for these purple, like these packs, guys. The overnights, they open in the back. Like, it's no more messing up the panties. Like, you're covered. Like, because do y'all got period panties? Or is that just like.
No, I think everybody has period.
Everybody has period panties?
I feel like you should.
Does.
My boyfriend call them wrestler panties. He be like, because I'm not going to front. My period panties is comfortable. So on a good night, I'll put the bloomers on, and he just be like, sis, can you take the wrestler drawers?
But yeah, shout out to you, Ivy, for keeping check, you know, keeping watch on the government. That is a good move.
I'm gonna definitely keep y'all
Y'all trying to give money to the education system because the people, you realize what happens when you get passed along.
We drunk off vibe, pretty girl, rock off wine, flex in the bait, skirt in a rave. While y'all in my face, you don't know my name. Drop down, the whole place shut down. Hey, drop down. So much love now. Hey, attitude and what now? Giving you the walk now. You know we don't play that. Full crate, where that bass at? Vogue, like magazine. Back up with the bullshit. Malcolm with the bullshit. Vogue, like magazine. Back up with the bullshit. Malcolm with the bullshit. Vogue, like magazine. Back up with the bullshit. Malcolm with the bullshit. Vogue, like magazine.
Before we get into the Stephon case, our thoughts and prayers are also with the Devontae, his family. Have you guys heard or seen that picture?
You know what's so sad?
What?
His whole family.
I know. Because white people are crazy.
The whole family died.
So for you guys who don't know, Devontae Hart, his picture went viral a couple years back. He was the little boy crying, hugging the police officer. So that picture was alarming in two different ways. You had to see the fedora he had on. Okay, so we knew. We should have known. He had a fedora with this little get out suit that boy, when that boy's like, get out, that's the same outfit little Devontae had.
You know, Jordan Peele probably purposely did.
No, seriously. No,
right.
Look.
No,
He like
it looked like he was placed out of another era, right?
Yes.
For that man.
So we should have known, bro. But I'm sorry. So Devontae
So in
Hart,
that picture, in that scene, what is going on?
He's crying, hugging the cop.
It was for child.
It was for
Michael Brown.
It was the Michael Brown.
And
yeah.
he had a sign that said free
hugs.
And so the cop just like, I don't know if the little boy was crying first or the cop just went up to him. Either way, the cop embraced him and he was just crying. And like freelance photographer, standby photographer snapped it, posted, and it went viral. And then today,
well, not today, but
recently,
I'm talking
about today in today's news.
In today's news, him and his 6 siblings with their 2 foster moms, adoptive moms, basically, like Devontae and 3 of his other 2 other siblings are missing, but 3 of them, they were all killed, found dead, and SUV plunged off of a cliff. So they're saying that it was a suicide, like a suicide homicide kind of thing, like because
they was just taking the whole family.
They took the whole family. The 2 women. 2, there were cases being brought up against these women as far as like ACS cases.
But the neighbor said he called.
Yeah, the neighbor was saying that like Devontae was going over there asking for food, saying they wasn't feeding them.
It was a form of punishment. And then like the scene was a little weary because there were no skid marks. Like it wasn't sign of struggle. It wasn't like
right. It was kind of like it was intent for them to go off that cliff.
And then they say they were the kids weren't buckled in. Nobody was buckled in or whatever. But there's no evidence, which is sad. It's very, very sad because they're in the Pacific Ocean, so everything has washed away.
He's still missing though.
And so him and 2 of the other siblings, because there were 6 of them, they're missing, and that's just like crazy because this was a few years ago when the photo took place, and just like what a strange coincidence that today the little boy is missing. And then like it's just sad that the parents are gone, the other kids, like rest in peace, is very sad.
So, rest in peace to their family. And
what a mystery crazy. Now a tragedy and a mystery, because I don't even know what to think about where the kids would be.
And then my whole thing is like, and I hate to go here, but I'm not trying to blame all the white people, because we have a good few apples, but I never really trust when white people adopt black kids. I'm not going front because it's just like, Besides This Is Us, which is a show, that's the only time. Because I love Randall.
Yeah,
I love Randall. But she's also rich and famous, and that doesn't mean anything. But I'm just saying, like, they had my man out here in a fedora and his Get Out suit, and then now, a couple years later, you know. So I feel like we need to pay attention to certain signs.
That
as a
is
whole.
just really weird.
It's
That's
weird.
a weird story. It's I wonder. Will
Going off a
anything come of
cliff.
this, you know, will they get to the? I wonder how would they?
Like,
you know,
I pray that
unless-
Devontae, like, they swam or something, like, because they were right off the rocks. It wasn't like they were in the middle. Like, they found the SUV right. Like, when you look over the cliff, it was right there. So there could have been a chance. I don't know. I'm just,
but it's
putting
just
that out.
right, which you would love to think, but then it's
right.
like, well, then where would they have gone from then?
That's
you
true.
know? Where would they be? And I wonder what was the ages of the other two. It's just sad because then you could think of so much things because it's like, who does, you know, not who does that, because you just had the freaking dude kill the baby in Queens, the little 3-year-old girl.
Yes. Bella.
From abuse. So it's just like,
she basically, like, so it's just so much happening. I don't know if you heard that story. This beautiful baby girl was killed by her stepfather. She was found unconscious in bed by her mom, like, and she died from stomach. What's the word?
Wounds.
Stomach puncture. Like, basically,
Puncture.
she got hit so hard in her stomach that, like, you know.
Wow.
So it's just like,
it was like there was.
Why would you do that to a baby?
Right.
It makes me so hot. And I'm not gonna front, like, it's a girl I know is friends of the mother. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because people have been
the same age. Yes,
dragging this mother, and it's just like, damn, but she did just lose a kid.
Yes,
you get what I'm saying?
That she gave birth to. That ripped out of her body.
And I understand we have to be careful with who we allow to be around our children. Hint, hint, Black China. But it's just like, also be sensitive. This woman just lost a child, so before we are entitled to just be dragging someone on the internet. Because I don't get, that's the only thing I don't like about social media. Like, it gives people the right, or it makes people feel like they can comment to just you know what I'm saying? Like, this woman just lost her child. We're not in her place. We don't know her. So before we drag her, let's send our condolences, you know?
We have no idea.
And that's just in all aspects in life with everything that we deal with. Like, social media is great because it connects everyone around the world. But at the same time, let's be mindful that we are all human. And before we jump the gun and think that we, you know, should give an opinion that no one really asked us for, let's make sure that we're being, you know, we're putting humanity first. And as far as, like, just being sincere, being kind, being good people on the internet. So, on a serious note.
On a serious note. And another thing on a serious note is, like, this, again, we're seeing a lot. There's more tragedy happening to the Black boys in our community. And then, again, it ties into, like, okay, now hopefully we got money for after-school programs or something, right? Because just for you to be in your backyard, you could get shot 20 times. Your own backyard.
Is it sad that I'm becoming, like, numb to the police violence?
People are past numb.
It's
what's sad is that our government is not doing anything about it. There's not enough being in place to control guns in totality.
Again, another
and
problem
monitor police.
That we're seeing it in a different form. This has been going on forever when they just been killing off Black boys like it's nothing.
Like, it's disposable. Like, bodies are really now becoming disposable in the hands of this government, in the hands of the law. And it's just like, they make it so hard to respect them. You're not supposed to instill fear in people. You're supposed to instill trust.
When cops walk on a train, I feel so uncomfortable.
Seriously, and it's crazy because my uncle in Florida is a cop, and it's just like, damn, before I really be going on my rants online about cops, I always have to be mindful that there are good ones.
Yeah.
We shouldn't categorize, like, or, like, put the whole police force. But I think everyone needs to be held accountable, like, for their actions. Like, I get it. They are brothers and they stand together. But my friend can't be going around killing people, and I'm going to stick with her. Like, I'm going to tell her, like, sis, you wildin'. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nobody's holding each other accountable in this situation as far as the government and the law. And we got to stop letting this be a trend. And really,
what if some cops got together that wasn't like nasty cops and made a good cops podcast? It was like, we got feelings too.
They coming out there. They coming out there. And you know what? Hold up. No, honestly.
Yo,
can I say something about that?
So damn funny. Like,
what happened, Raz?
I feel like that probably is gonna happen because one of my friends just had a recent altercation with the police. Right? Hey, he had a recent run-in with the police like Monday. And my sister's a public defender, so shout out to all the public defenders, all the lawyers out there.
Right.
And so he called me after because I'm always like all about like the people and being the people advocate. I got the plug. That's what I be telling my friends. So he's like, tell me what's up. But he explains to me his experience, and he told me that basically he was being there's a camera that shows he's being accused for hitting somebody, but there's a camera that shows that he didn't touch anyone, right? And they're only doing this to him. They're only calling the police on him because the business does not want to give him proper customer service. Period. He gets arrested because they called him, and in a domestic dispute, I guess in the city of New York, I assume, I'm not too sure,
right,
and cannot confirm. The first person who calls and says something happened, the police has to take somebody away, and
right,
it's that person who's going to get taken away. They were going to put him in the system and everything, but because there was one black cop, and the black cop told him, he was like, I'm just going to give you a death ticket. I'm not putting you in the system. I saw the video. You did nothing. They always want to do that. I'm not going to do that to you. Like, he kept on saying, like, calm down. I got you. Mm-hmm. And my homie is like so thankful and grateful for police like him, because there are many articles out there of police officers, many of color, who are saying they're pressuring us to ticket. They're pressuring us to police. They're pressuring us to touch, to stop and frisk. There are articles out there. That podcast needs to happen. That's all I got to say.
But there's also a white officer that I'm a fan of, Mr. Officer Norman.
Is that the one on IG?
Yeah, I like him. And he just got engaged to his black girlfriend.
Officer Norman, I'm gonna have to go.
Yes, he
him
basically
out.
like goes around giving like toys and kids and really helping like communities of color. So I'm here for Mr. Norman. You get what I'm saying? I know I just said I don't really trust white people with black babies, but I think you'll make a fine stepdaddy. So you're a beautiful fiance's son. But
I'm so happy you know so much about his life. I'm so because that's good. We need to continue feeding. That's again with our following. We need to continue feeding these good cops because this needs to change.
It does.
Black boys, black girls, people who are inside of their houses don't need to be policed and then killed at the same time.
Exactly.
It's sad. Was there a campaign that said like just another name or not just another name, or did I just make that up?
Actually, wait. But speaking of just another name, his brother, Stefan's brother, went on. Did you just see that CNN clip of him? He really wasn't together. Like, his emotions definitely took the best of him, and he was telling, I can't think of the guy's name right now, but he was saying like, say his name. Stop saying your brother. Say his name. He was killed. No one's called us and asked if we're okay. Y'all got all these reporters in our face, but no one's checking on us. We just lost our brother. And he got actually a lot of backlash for that because Twitter, I saw it was the Twitter family, was just on some, they preferred someone that was just well poised, someone that can like speak better and just kind of convey the message that this is not okay, instead of like losing it. Like, they were just like, they should have never let him go on there. That made us look bad. And I understand both sides, but I also feel like sometimes people need to see that this is hurt. Like, yes, we need to be strong, but sometimes I feel like because we're so strong, people are not taking it. Like, oh, it doesn't bother them. Like, no, say his name. You know what I'm saying? Stop saying your brother. Say his name. Say the guy that they murdered. Like, this is people. We have to start really like stop trying to be super strong and then like kind of like
Especially
judging the
when they
people that are
know.
weak by this, or not even weak by like that show emotion, or maybe doesn't have the best like PR on sites. Well, you know, that whole background
or articulation.
Articulation, like they don't have. Sometimes people are just really overwhelmed with emotion and sadness because they're of a loss that should have never happened in the first place. So I don't know what to do. Like, that's the only thing that's kind of like has me like, I don't know what I can do to help this situation.
I think we really honestly sometimes,
like, do we get involved in politics? Like,
yeah, we
who
do.
are hiring the
Yeah,
cops? You know what I'm saying? Like,
do we write letters to our police department, you
Like,
know,
what-
and just
like-
try to like turn heads and just like, listen, I need you to think twice before you see a kid.
Yeah,
Because no
there's-
12-year-old on a playground need to be dying right now. Like,
Right.
I've been numb. You talk about being numb about hearing us die by police hands. It was in middle school. It was when I was carrying these poetry books because I'm reading about Sean Bell dying
Right.
before his wedding day.
his wife came and spoke to us, like, at my school. Like, that was just a really, like, Sean Bell was my first experience.
My first, and I was in Florida in middle school. Like, come on, like and now you can see stuff like this on YouTube. You can see this online and on social media. You talk about being numb. Like, our generation, definitely millennials, we're very triggered when it comes to these type of situations. But we really need to find a way to be strategic and effective. And shout out to these kids in high school who's like, yo, I'm done with these guns. These teachers who are like, y'all need to reform these policies. It needs to be stricter, especially for high school. Because I don't think we got to like really go deep into
the Parkland,
the Valentine's Day thing, but like a kid from Florida, I remember a JROTC student who was different, who was outcast. That could have happened to my school. Right. You feel me? I was 19 in high school. I was driving in high school. I was doing me, and I was 19 in high school. Fuck Florida. They hold you back if you're born after September 1st, and I was born September 5th, but whatever.
Right.
But, like, I was 19 in high school. That shit can happen. And I know kids at my high school who had guns on them. I knew kids at my college who had guns on them. It's something about the South, and I really want us to change that. And I just think, like, with guns and also reforming our police department, we'll get there.
I mean, what did y'all see 7 seconds?
Yeah.
It dragged a little bit.
I didn't.
In the first. Daaj be on her own planet.
It dragged, though. It dragged a little bit, but
I do. I really do. But
Daaj be in the mirror singing.
What is 7 seconds?
7 seconds is this, before we wrap up, 7 seconds is this series on Netflix that just talks about, like, the cops murdering this kid and the cover-up. That's the best way to put it. It drags for the first 3 episodes. I'm not going to front. But at the end, it's just like, it just made me a little bit more angry with the cops. Yeah. It made me a little bit more upset. But I just had what if we start being, I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but like I was thinking like maybe in our own neighborhoods, like start actually building relationships with these officers. Like, cause I know I'm like already mean off rip just cause of stories I've heard. Just that I don't like cops. And I feel like sometimes, like, even in certain accounts I've had with cops, I feel like I've kind of, like, caused it because I was already, like, what? You know what I'm saying? I was already on defense. Like, what you said to me? You get what I'm saying? But off rip, I was already off, like,
throw it back at them, like, play the
once they
nice
looked
guy.
at me, I'd be like, why is cops always, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
doing
sometimes,
the
though,
most.
people just be even scared to say anything to them. You be trying not to even make eye contact, like.
I just feel like, a lot of times I was like, what? I didn't even do, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just,
I do think
what if I was just a little, have a nice day. Maybe they won't clench onto their gun. So, but then again,
nah,
it doesn't really. I mean,
they gonna be like, what? They on defense. I feel like everybody on defense. Shit.
So, what is gonna help this country not be on defense with each other? Let's just get rid of the whole. Let's start over.
I don't know if we really could do that.
Let's fire all these cops.
Leader. That's what it is.
They need better training. They definitely. I feel like they need definitely better training, especially in like areas of like people of color. Like they need people that are able to not be so quick to pull the gun. Like, there's a lot of skills that they lack. I feel like sometimes they just throw cops.
And to be honest, I see it in the workplace too. Like when you work, like when you go into corporate America, there's sometimes you come across white people who don't know how to work around black people. Yeah, that's one too. But I think in different strokes with different folks, Ivy, I think you had a good idea. In certain communities, I think it's a little harder in New York because they move around enough. But if you're in certain communities where you always see that same cop car, why don't you try to figure out their name? You could joke, you could be cool with them, you could be yourself with them, but do definitely present yourself to them because it's supposed to be them protecting you, and there's fear in the unknown. So you know. That
was good, but this was a good episode.
It was, ladies. Season
3.
Season 3, we're here.
Yes.
Carefree Black Girl Podcast. What up, though? This is Ivy.
This is Daaj.
And it's your girl, Rez.
You can definitely find us on Twitter at CFBG Pod.
You can visit the website, carefreeblackgirl.com.
Yes.
And the girl is GRL without the I.
And you can also contribute to us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/carefreeblackgirl.
Yes, so it's been real. Definitely to keep up with the conversations and hashtags, follow Carefree Black Girl. I think I should
email us questions.
Definitely.
Email us any thoughts, any comments, anything y'all want to talk about, you need advice on.
And don't be afraid to definitely write us on Twitter. We about to get better, y'all. I'm sorry we so late on that Twitter wave, but Daaj just made one. It's lit. Talk to us. We're going to be active. And, just tell us what you think about this episode, who you agree with, what you think that we can do in our communities as far as, like, this cop situation, and just, talk to us.
So you can email us at carefreeblackgirlpodcast@gmail.com.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, good day, whatever time you're listening to this.
Shop Amazon for last minute gifts. Great deals for everyone on your list. Gifts for mom and gifts for dad. Even for your sister and your brother Chad. Ah shoot, we didn't realize we were supposed to get a gift for our dog walker guy. We almost forgot about our dentist Dr. Kerr. We didn't expect to get a gift from her. Or our cousin, I forget his name. He got us something nice, better reciprocate. For last minute deals on gifts for people you forgot. Get fast and free shipping at Amazon.